Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you regarding the war between Israel and Hamas. So we're going to be talking about the UN Security Council here in this video. I've got some news coming out that the UN Security Council has adopted the US drafted resolution for a ceasefire in Gaza. Now, this is really big news, and this is literally just coming out maybe 30 minutes prior to the time that I recorded this video. Today's date is June 10th, 2024. So this is very, very big news. It looks like we had 14 of the 15 Security Council members that voted in favor of this. The only country that did not vote was Russia. They chose to abstain and not vote in this measure here. So this resolution has like 3 phases to it, and there will be a ceasefire. It will include releasing all the hostages. And apparently, even Israel, supposedly, according to the article we're going to go over here, has accepted this ceasefire proposal, which to me doesn't make any sense based on what I've been reporting from the Israeli government and Benjamin Netanyahu's stance. He's never been for any kind of a ceasefire deal. He's always wanted to return all the hostages back home and also eliminate Hamas. So it wouldn't make any sense for them to do this. But apparently, according to even Secretary Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, we're going to talk about him some more during this video as well. He's come out and saying that Israel has accepted this ceasefire proposal as well. So that's very interesting. We'll talk about that some more as we get into this. So I want to discuss this and dive a little bit deeper and find out what's going on here. So let's talk about this UN Security Council decision here to draft or to adopt this U.S. drafted resolution for ceasefire. Okay, so let's talk about it. In the BBC, UN Security Council backs U.S.-Israel-Gaza ceasefire plan. So this is just coming out today again, like I said. It says United Nations Security Council has voted to support a U.S. proposed Israel-Gaza ceasefire plan. It sets out conditions for a full and complete ceasefire, the release of hostages held by Hamas, the return of dead hostages remains, and the exchange of Palestinian prisoners. 14 of the 15 Security Council members, including the U.S., voted in favor of the resolution. Russia abstained. The resolution states that Israel has accepted the ceasefire proposal and urges Hamas to agree to it too. So it's interesting, yeah, supposedly Israel agreed to this. I tried to research and I could not find anything really stating that Benjamin Netanyahu had come out publicly and said they accepted this ceasefire. I couldn't find nothing like that. I actually found the opposite, which was Benjamin Netanyahu stating that either he was skeptical of any kind of decision on a ceasefire and they just were not for it, is basically what I'm finding. And also, what have we seen over the last 48 hours was lots of Israeli government officials stepping down, okay? And this could be a sign of that something big is going to change over here. I was wondering if maybe that was going to be due to Israel declaring war on Hezbollah pretty soon. And we haven't seen that happen yet, but it could happen at any moment. And there was lots of talk as well about the U.S. government was saying that Israel was planning to extend this war as long as possible. We know that the Gaza war was planning to go on for the rest of the year potentially. And then imagine if they were to go to war against Hezbollah, that could be another year on top of it or longer. So it says here, the plan has 3 phases that would end with a major reconstruction plan for Gaza, which has been largely destroyed in the conflict. The first phase of the plan concerns a hostage prisoner swap as well as short-term ceasefire. Second phase includes a permanent end to hostilities as well as a full withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza, according to the text of the U.S. draft resolution. See, that doesn't make sense either, because Netanyahu never wanted to do that. He's come out many times that they would not withdraw from the Gaza Strip, that they will stay there and eliminate Hamas before they get out of there. So very interesting that they say that Israel agreed to this. Third phase focuses on the enclave's long-term outlook, and it would start a multi-year reconstruction plan for Gaza. Monday's passage of the resolution comes weeks after President Joe Biden said the Israelis had agreed to a 3-phase plan that would result in a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. Linda Thomas-Greenfield, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, welcomed the Security Council move, saying, "Today we voted for peace." UK Ambassador Barbara Woodward described the situation in Gaza as catastrophic, adding that the suffering has gone on for far too long. "We call upon the parties to seize this opportunity and move towards lasting peace, which guarantees security and stability for both the Israeli and Palestinian people," Mrs. Woodward said. On the 25th of March, UN Security Council passed a resolution calling for a ceasefire, While the U.S. had previously vetoed similar measures, it did not veto the March resolution. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said at the time that the U.S. had abandoned its prior position linking a ceasefire to the release of the hostages. The conflict began when Hamas attacked southern Israel on 7th October, killing about 1,200 people and taking some 251 people hostage. The Hamas-run health ministry says the death toll in Gaza has surpassed 37,000. Wow, that's the last time I heard there was some sort of update on the death toll. It was around 35,000. Now we're up to 37 apparently, since Israel responded to its attack. So yeah, very interesting. If you notice here in the article, it doesn't really talk about Benjamin Netanyahu agreeing to this or anything like that. It just says the Israeli government agreeing to this whole resolution. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Is this thing getting forced down Netanyahu's throat, and he's going to get forced to to basically agree to this ceasefire, basically, considering that they're saying the Israeli government's position is to agree to this and agree to a ceasefire, which again, it doesn't add up to what Benjamin Netanyahu's been calling for. He's wanted to eliminate Hamas and not end the fighting until all the hostages are returned back home using military pressure. So let me show you this too. I've got a couple things here on X to share with you. So this from Megatron Ron breaking. UN Security Council approves U.S. resolution on Gaza ceasefire. In favor, 14 votes. Abstained, one vote from Russia. 0 were against the resolution. This proposal is presented directly by Biden and is in the service of Israel despite Netanyahu's rejection. Russia disagrees with the details. So you see how it says here, despite Netanyahu's rejection. So again, I'm hearing that he's rejected this, but I can't completely find any information stating that he did reject it or he didn't. But from what we're being told, Israel agreed to this. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Just 20-second clip of them voting in favor for this resolution for ceasefire.
The result of the voting is as follows. 14 votes in favor, 0 votes against, 1 abstentions. The draft resolution has been adopted as Resolution 2734.
Okay, so there you go. Yep, we can see there that it's currently in effect. They have voted for it. Again, 14 votes in favor, 1 abstention from Russia, and no other countries voted against it. So I'm assuming that even includes Israel, that they voted in favor for this. So it looks like this thing could be happening here very soon. And again, it's very interesting what we're seeing. Is the Israeli government going to topple and fall apart here? What's going to happen? And this war looks like it may not be continuing on for very much longer. We'll have to see what happens here. But I did find this that I wanted to show you. This was from Rami Abdul. It says, in a preemptive response to the UN Security Council's decision, Netanyahu says we will not agree to any deal that leads to ending the war. So again, this is kind of the position that I've seen from Benjamin Netanyahu. So there's definitely been some sort of silence regarding this right now. I'm not really finding anything from him, but maybe this response will come out later. Maybe it's a little just too soon. But like I said, I wasn't able to find direct responses from him, but this is something that Rami Abdul shared. And I just wanted to share that with you because this could be a thing. We'll have to see. Finally, I want to show you this from Asal Rod at Mitchell Reports asked today about Netanyahu publicly opposing Biden's ceasefire deal and a backup plan. Blinken says Israel accepted the offer, basically, the resolution, right? Mitchell pushes back, which I believe is the person interviewing him on C-SPAN. Blinken, no, that's the official position of the government and Prime Minister. He said Prime Minister also, which would be Benjamin Netanyahu, that the official position is that they accepted the offer. It says here, so the backup plan is deny reality and blame Hamas. So we'll have to see is, look at his response here, and he kind of shuts the reporter down right away. You can't quite hear what she's saying, but it sounds like she's trying to say something. Well, Benjamin Netanyahu didn't exactly agree to this. I don't know exactly what she's saying, but it sounds like she's saying something along those lines, and he kind of shuts her down. And then he basically says, no, that's the official position of the Israeli government. So let's take a look at this. Minute and 58 seconds.
You say that everyone but Hamas has agreed to this. Benjamin Netanyahu has certainly said otherwise publicly, and the hostage families are saying you should try everything if this fails. And it's quite possible it will fail with him now toughening his position, more likely, with his right-wing partners. If this fails, they want you to work through Qatar and deal with Hamas to get the Americans home. And we are reporting at NBC News that that is being discussed as a backup plan, if no other way to get a ceasefire, doing it without Israel agreeing to a ceasefire. Can you tell us about that? And also, if the war continues, won't the Palestinian death toll be unacceptable, as the National Security Advisor in Israel has said, till the end of the year, after such a horrific death toll in getting the hostages out militarily this weekend?
First, let me be very clear. Israel has accepted the proposal. In fact, they were critical in putting it forward. So the only party, no, that is what the official position of the Israeli government and the Prime Minister. So the only party that has not accepted, the only party that's not said yes, is Hamas. That's who everyone's waiting on. That's who the Palestinians in Gaza are waiting on. It's who the Israelis are waiting on. It's who the hostages and the hostage families are waiting on. It's who the entire region and the entire world is waiting on. And so we'll see. Does Hamas want to end this conflict, end this war that it started, or not? We'll find out. But it's clear that virtually the entire world has come together in support of the proposal. And the only open question is, will Hamas say yes?
Okay, so there you go. Yeah, as we can see here, putting the blame 100% on Hamas and saying that the only reason that there's no ceasefire in the Gaza Strip right now is due to Hamas not coming out and accepting the proposal. So I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. She did say right there in the very beginning that Benjamin Netanyahu has come out publicly and rejected this. So I'm not sure what's really going on here. This looks like some sort of backdoor thing that could be potentially being shoved through. I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating here, but it's what it kind of seems like to me on the surface. But tell me what your thoughts are regarding this. Do you think that that Benjamin Netanyahu would actually be for this? Because I like I said, I haven't been able to find anything as of yet of him publicly coming out and declaring that he's for this this resolution for a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. And again, I've seen him come out many times. I've been reporting Benjamin Netanyahu numerous accounts of him stating that that he's not for any kind of a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, that the Israeli government was never for that they wanted to eliminate Hamas, destroy them completely, and then restore the power back to Israel and bring their hostages back, and make sure that this kind of conflict never happens ever again, and Hamas is never given the opportunity to attack Israel again. So I don't know. Share your thoughts and concerns down in the comment section for me. But that's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.